Devotional Tuesday, 19th of May. 20 years ago at the Sydney Olympics, Eric the Eel Musambani, representing Equatorial Guinea, dived into the Olympic pool. Eric only began to learn to swim 9 months before the Games. His local pool was the river nearby, and he only went in when there were no crocodiles and snakes in the water. He had been invited to the Games as a wild card, but when Eric's two fellow competitors were eliminated from the heat for diving in too early, Eric had the pool and the heat to himself. In swimming the 100 metres, Eric broke an Olympic record, the slowest 100 metres ever recorded at a Games, at 1 minute 52 seconds. And in fact, it was a miracle he even got to the end, because he had never swum that far before without having a break in the middle. In fact, he'd never been in a swimming pool before, and he was wearing borrowed trunks which he forgot to tie up, and to cap it all, his mother thought he'd gone to Sydney to play basketball. Eric was a complete no-hoper, and yet he arrived home from Sydney, having gained a place in Olympic legend, and he'll live long in the memory of those who watched the Games. His story is quite simply a rags to riches story. What started off as a hopeless situation ended up in the most remarkable way. Everybody loves a good rags to riches story. Hollywood is full of them. However, there is one rags to riches story that is far better than any story Hollywood or anyone else could write. This story is completely true, and if you're a believer in Jesus Christ, this will sound familiar to you. This is your story and mine, because we are the ultimate rags to riches story. As we are reminded in Ephesians chapter 2, you were dead in your transgressions and sins, but because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved. The Bible reminds us that Christ died for you while you were still a sinner. It was through Christ's death that God showed how much he loves you and how much he believes your life is worth. This is truly an amazing gospel. God taking broken, hurting, incomplete, unfulfilled lives and transforming them by his grace. You are a product of his grace. You are no longer an outsider. You are no longer separated. You are now part of God's family. You belong to him. Now that is a rag to riches story. And I pray that it's not only mine, but also yours.